Ladies and gentlemen, just some quick breaking news for you. Clive Palmer's High Court fight to re-register the United Australia Party has failed before the next federal election. This means that the United Australia Party will not appear on the ballot at the next election. It's unclear as to whether Clive Palmer will register a new party or use something else or run as independents. But regardless, that means that you will not see the UAP on the ballot like you did in the last federal election. This is unfortunate. You guys know I do support Senator Ralph Babbitt in Victoria, but he's not actually up for re-election this time. He's not up for election till 2028 because it's 6-year terms for the Senate. So this won't affect Senator Babbitt because it's just a one-term election for him. Now, some of you, just to jog your memory, you might be asking, why has this happened? Well, you might remember I covered a year ago when Craig Kelly left the United Australia Party. A lot of people were wondering why. Why has this happened? And I want to point you to the Commonwealth Electoral Act in 1918, Section 135. If you go down to number 3, it says, where a political party is deregistered under subsection 1, the party or a party that has a name that so nearly resembles the name of the deregistered party that is likely to be confused or mistaken for that name, ineligible for registration under this part until after the next general election next following the deregistration. What does that mean? Basically, you can't just deregister your party and then someone else re-register under that name. You can't do that till after the following election. So Clive can't use the UAP name until after the this election coming up in about May 2025, in a few months' time. And I can see why they've made this rule. It makes a lot of sense because they don't want parties to just register then deregister. But also, it's also to protect parties, because sometimes parties, they'll deregister, unfortunately, for some reason, and then someone else might try and pick up that name. So this prevents something like that happening. Now, a lot of people thought maybe this is why Craig Kelly left the United Australia Party, but Clive Palmer and his lawyers disagreed, and Clive wanted to challenge it in the courts. Well, clearly what's happened, if that's the truth, Craig Kelly was right. You can't just deregister the party and then re-register it before the election for whatever reason. Again, it's still very unclear as to why Clive deregistered the party in the first place. Was it to dodge certain electoral matters that other parties have to deal with? It's unclear, but this is clearly not a good thing for the United Australia Party. It is clearly a hit. If I was to put my money on it, I think that Clive, and again, this is just my commentary, I think that Clive is probably still going to run at this election. He can't help himself. But it'll either be as independents or it'll be as some kind of other party name that he runs as. He's got plenty of money to re-register something new. But will this make a difference? Probably not. We've got too many minor parties. I think, I heard that there's a number of new parties that are coming up that are getting registered. And we've already got One Nation, the Libertarians, the Heart Party. There's a bunch of other parties coming up as well, the Family First Party. There could be as high as 10 freedom parties at this election. So you guys know my thoughts on it. I don't support any one party. There's too many damn parties, and I'm looking forward to the day when they all become one party, and whatever I can do to support that, I will. But in the meantime, this is a spanner in the works, thrown in the works for Clive Palmer. This is unfortunate, but again, this won't affect Senator Babbitt's election. He's still got another 3 years left on his election, so he can continue to serve out his next 3 years regardless of how this election goes. But in terms of getting more people like Senator Babbitt in under that United Australia Party name, Clive's going to need a new name. Anyway, sorry for another video in the car, but this is what the nature of breaking news is like. I'll see you guys later. Give this a share, give this a like, because some people won't hear about this from the mainstream media. Take it easy. Ciao.